Hello guys, welcome to this class. Today we are going to learn about simple past tense, its rules and structure. The simple past tense is used to talk about a completed action in a time before now, before the present. As we can see, we have present, future, and past. The past is before the present, so the action is happening in this space. We use words in the complement of the sentence to indicate when the action occurred. For example, I started guitar lessons in the morning, or I started guitar lessons yesterday. We can use other words like last week, last month, or last year. We can notice that all the blue words are speaking about the past. When we use regular verbs in affirmative form, we must add the termination or the ending ed at the end of the verb. For example, in simple present, we have the sentence, I wash my hands every day. But in simple past, in affirmative form, it would be, I washed my hands in the morning. The verb changes with the termination ed. I washed my hands in the morning. When we use irregular verbs in affirmative form, we must use the past form of the verb. For example, in simple present, the sentence, I run 4 kilometers every morning. That sentence in simple past would be, I ran 4 kilometers last Tuesday. As we can see, last Tuesday is speaking about past time. Now we are going to learn the structures of the 3 forms of this tense. For the affirmative form, we have subject plus the regular verb with the ending ed, or the irregular verb in its past form plus the complement. In the complement, remember that we can use a past word, these blue words. For example, she listened to that song yesterday. Or Tom drank coffee last night. As we can see, drank is the past form for the verb drink. Drink is an irregular verb and its past form is drank. Negative form. The structure for the negative form is subject plus didn't or did not, if you don't want to use it in the contracted form, plus the verb, this is very important, the verb in infinitive, okay? Plus the complement. And if we want to, we can use past word. For example, the dog didn't break the vase. Let's look at this. When we use didn't to express that it's a negative sentence, we use the verb but in the infinitive form. We are not going to add the ending, just in infinitive form. The second example, Anna didn't go to the reunion last week. Interrogative form. The structure for interrogative form is the auxiliary verb did plus subject plus the verb in infinitive plus the complement plus question mark. Always remember to use the question mark when you are writing a sentence in interrogative form. That's essential to know that it is a question. For example, did you like the candle? Did you like the candle? Did she clean her room in the afternoon? We can notice that both of the verbs liked and clean are in infinitive form. Now we have the interrogative negative form. We use this form when we want to reaffirm or be sure about information that we already knew. For example, didn't you wash the car? Yes, I told you. I washed the car in the morning. The person that made the question wanted to be sure that the other person had washed the car in the morning. The structure for interrogative negative form is didn't plus subject plus the verb in infinitive plus complement and question mark. Didn't you like the candle? Didn't she clean her room in the afternoon? Here we have some examples of sentences in the three forms: affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. I walked 20 minutes. I didn't walk 20 minutes. Did I walk 20 minutes? You brought the soda. You didn't bring the soda. Did you bring the soda? Now guys, we're going to learn the past forms of the verbs to be, to have, and to do. These verbs are irregular verbs. So for the verb to be, it changes depending on the personal pronoun. For example, for I, the verb to be in past form is was. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was. You were, we were, they were. Now, for the verb to have, we can see that is the same conjugation for all of the personal pronouns. It's the same form. It's had for all of the personal pronouns. I had, you had, he had, she had, it had, etc. And for the verb to do is the same thing with the verb to have. The same form for all the personal pronouns is did for every personal pronoun. I did, you did, he did, she did, it did, etc. Here we have some examples. I was in Japan last year. Here we are using the verb to be with the subject I. I was in Japan last year. With the verb to have, we had. She had a headache yesterday. With the verb to do, he did his homework last night. Look at these words: last year, yesterday, and last night. All of them express that the action was made or realized in the past time. Now, in the negative form, they weren't in Rio last summer. We didn't have time to visit the Eiffel Tower. We didn't do our exercises this morning. As we can see, in the negative form, the only verb that we use without the auxiliary verb didn't is the verb to be. With the verb to be, we have to add not after the verb. Now with the interrogative form. Were they in Iceland last January? Did you have a bicycle when you were young? Did you do much climbing in Switzerland? Thank you very much. It was a nice class. See you in the next class, guys. Bye bye.